Welcome back, Wayfinders, to another episode in our Beginner's Guide series to Wayfinder, and in this episode we'll go through everything to know about affinities, the Affinity System, and how it connects everything together in order to create your own fun and unique character builds. For additional guides and Wayfinder content, subscribe to stay tuned, as I have lots of them on my channel, but for now, let's dive in. So starting with the very basics, there are three affinities in the game: Instinct, Discipline, and Focus. The three icons you will see in a lot of places in the game, and by themselves, they actually don't do anything. So for now, consider them as just three categories you will have to choose one or two from and stack as much into it as you can, or at least as far as we understand the game right now. The Affinity System is meant to connect three different character building systems to synergize together: your Wayfinder Affinity Perks, your Weapon Affinity, and your equipped accessories. Let's start with the easiest system, the Affinity Perks. You can access them from the Affinity menu shown on the bottom, and on this screen you can research and take a look at unique modifiers to your abilities and general playstyle, such as increasing your maximum arcane fragments by 2 on Kairos, for example. Here you will want to first take a look at these perks and try to build an idea around them along with how you imagine to play a Wayfinder, as you will have only 29 points to spend and the perks unlock on level 5 and level 15. And most of the time you will max out one full affinity and balance your points in the other categories, but you'll understand this part in just a bit. For now, let's focus on choosing based on the affinity perks you like. In this case, with Kairos, let's build towards an ability power-centric character with the Focus affinity. As you put your levels into an affinity, you will not only unlock these perks, but as a side result, you will also increase the scaling modifier of everything on your character that is also affiliated with that affinity category. So in this case, Focus. For the moment, you only see our currently equipped weapon on the right side, showing next to weapon power and ability power. This means my currently equipped Tempest Rifle's associated stats with the Focus affinity are the weapon power and ability power stats that you can already take a look at on this same screen, and as we put more character points into Focus to reach our desired level and affinity perk, it will also increase the Focus affinity stats of our Tempest as a result, since they are in the same affinity category. They are both Focus and Focus. Now, since we're already talking about weapons, let's skip over to the weapon affinity for a moment, and don't worry if you don't understand everything yet, it will be clear by the end. Unlike your character affinities, weapon affinities aren't limited, and as you level them up, putting 10 points in each category, you can max out your weapons. There's nothing crazy complicated about it here. This is a simple, linear, non-customizable weapon leveling system, so you will just want to level up your desired weapons. For the record, this weapon affinity will be leveled up on all your characters, and you will only have to level them up once per weapon. But to make sure that your build in the grand scheme of things will work well and is as best as possible, it is advisable to choose a weapon which has the main stats you're trying to focus on in the affinity category you are putting the most character points into, which in this case is Focus for us, and is perfect since it is also weapon power and ability power for Tempest. So as we level up Kairos' Focus affinity, the Tempest's Focus stats, ability power, and weapon power will also increase as a result, so this is one synergy we have planned and secured. Let's take a break from the screen for a moment and go over to the Accessories tab. Accessories you equip are not only important for having more echo slots you can use to further boost your character, but accessories also have stats of their own, and in fact they're also tied to the Affinity System. So for now, let's forget about echoes and just focus on affinity. If we take a look at the 5 Blessing Ring, you can see that Break Power is associated with Instinct on it, Magical Defense with Discipline, and Crit Power for Focus. Since in our case, we are trying to go for a Focus and Ability Power / Weapon Power centered Kairos, our aim is to look for accessories that have the stats that are most usable for us in the Focus category. Now this is a low-level account, so we don't have the perfect accessories, but fortunately, we can pick 3 that are decent: Imperial Emblem with Ability Power on Focus, Last Breath with Weapon Power on Focus, and the Goblin Disassembly Kit with Break Power on Focus. Now I know this might be a little bit overwhelming at the moment, but now that we have equipped these accessories, let's just jump back to the Affinity tab to get a full picture and hopefully clear up everything. So to summarize, we have decided to go for the Focus category as our main affinity, we have a weapon that has our desired stats on Focus, and we have also equipped accessories that have decent stats also on the Focus category. Now if we hover over the focus affinity bar on the character sheet, you will notice on the right that leveling up this bar now shows it will increase our weapon power, ability power, and break power throughout our weapon and accessories equipped, indicated by the little icons, which means the more points we will put into focus now, all of these other focus stats on our weapons and accessories will grow along with our affinity level and become even better and scale better. So you see, the initially almost useless affinity level that we have only chosen for our character affinity perk now will also increase all our main stats we have chosen through our equipped weapon and accessories that we have carefully selected and matched to have the same affinity, thus increasing the stats we really need through uniting all of them in the focus affinity category. Of course, this is a super basic and simple example for Kairos just for the sake of this guide, but as you unlock more and better accessories and weapons, you might also be able to put all your points into just 2 affinities and leave a third one out on 0 if you manage to place all the good stats on those 2, while also not requiring any of the affinity perks on the 3rd category. There's quite a lot of combinations, and it will all depend on all the different choices you will make while building your character, along with your weapon type choice, weapon masteries, echoes, abilities, and so on and so forth, creating a web of connection between all these systems tied together by affinity. But that is pretty much a basic introduction to Wayfinder's affinity system. I'm a bit afraid this video might still be a bit too complicated despite my best attempts to make it look simple, but hopefully it was understandable, and again, there's no shame in listening to it multiple times if that helps. Once you see the connection and the base logic of the affinity system, it is really rather simple. It's just a bit convoluted at the start when you first study it. I personally now really enjoy the system and can't wait to mess with it more, so I hope after watching this guide you're somewhat in the same shoes and will enjoy creating your own builds. If you have any questions about the system, feel free to ask here in the comment section, or if you have any further tips about them, help each other out. But that is a wrap for this beginner's guide to affinities, everyone. As always, thank you so much for the support in the Wayfinder videos. I can't thank you all enough, but thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.